Hey y'all, just waiting on people to hopefully join. Impromptu live, so I apologize. Hello, Mandalee. How are you? Not a great connection, but I wanted to come on. Um, I know today has been pretty stressful for everybody in the community who has daily contact with Miss Pat. Hey, Lizzie. Hey, Robin and Lisa. How are you guys? Um, hey, Marilyn. Hope you're doing good. So yeah, everybody has somewhat been in contact with the Golden Girls. Um, Everybody's pretty worried, like you guys are. Thankfully, as Lizzie indicated, a welfare check was done. Uh, I'm beside myself. I know Susan is beside herself. I guess out of all of the five of us, Susan probably is the absolute closest to Pat, so she is pretty worried. So keep her in your thoughts as we go through this. Not really sure what's going on with Pat. I wish I could come on and say that she has contacted one of us. I hope that of anyone, she will reach out to Susan. At some point, I left a message and just simply said, hey, just leave me a blank text or an emoji. I know Cynthia left her the same message. We just have to hope that she is okay. We have to hope that, God forbid, her mental health is okay. We have to hope that perhaps she's listening to this live, to know that we are thinking about her, to know that we love her. And honestly, without her, a lot of the things that we do here in the community would not be possible without her. So I hope that yeah, sorry, I'm trying to read everybody's comments. Thank you, Crafts. I heart. Yes, Lisa, I know, literally, you guys, Pat texts 50 or 60 of us. If she doesn't text you, she emails you daily. And I know myself, I was really busy this morning and it didn't even dawn on me. We have a separate chat for us and the Golden Girls thread that we keep open. And she didn't post in either of those this morning. Susan spoke to her yesterday around 5 and didn't get an answer around 8. Carrie Martin spoke to her around 11 yesterday. Didn't hear back. The last thing she texted me was yesterday around 2 p.m. or so. And I was supposed to call her. So to say that I don't have a great deal of guilt right now is weighing pretty heavy on me. I told her that I would call her after my 2 o'clock appointment, but that got canceled. And then I got wrapped up in other adulting and business stuff. So, yeah, I didn't make that call, which I regret. Yeah, Cynthia was actually going to get in the, hey, Sabrina. Cynthia was, of course, going to get on the road until she heard that a welfare check had been done. And that concerns me, too, because um, a welfare check from an officer isn't as thorough as one of us would be, clearly. So we know that Pat has certain medical issues that haven't been addressed in a while. And so that just elevates our concern. Whereas somebody coming off the street might not know that she's been in complete quarantine for so long. I'm grateful that, thank you, Marilyn. I'm grateful that Erica did send an officer out, so thank you to her. I don't have her number or anything, but yes, glad that because when I was talking to Cynthia, we're all on different time zones, so I usually get a text around 6 a.m. every morning. I'm not awake by then, but there's usually a text waiting on me when I get up. And so for like Erica and Cynthia, sometimes they get their messages around 5 a.m. their time. So the worry started very early this morning for some people. Yeah, it's unexplainable right now. We're wondering if Alicia has heard yet. Not sure. We haven't heard from Alicia yet, and that's not abnormal. That's definitely not abnormal as compared to Pat, because we all know Alicia sometimes takes her phone. She turns her alerts off. I did text her with a 911, but she hasn't responded either. And I from this point forward, I think all of our people who are alone should have a point of contact that we can always get a hold of, which that's going to be hard with Pat because she doesn't associate with anybody there at the complex. So I'm still, it's not abnormal for Alicia, if she's having a bad flare-up day, and she does have family issues right now that she's understandably more concerned about. I just texted her to see if by any chance she had heard from Pat, just on the off chance that maybe she had. But I haven't heard back from her either. I know Susan is really struggling today, you guys. So those of you who pray, keep Susan in your prayers. She's stressing. We all are. But there are some of us clearly that are a lot closer to Pat than others. So she does have a neighbor who helps with her things. Yeah, and I've asked for that neighbor's information before, and she doesn't want to give it. Not that I would abuse that, but it would be helpful to have for situations like this. Because, you have to think, we make light of it a lot, but Pat has been in her apartment since February. She has to beg someone when she does want to participate in something mail related. I thought that she was having her mail person, Bailey, take all of her packages, but she told me the other day she has to bribe her neighbor with whatever she has or can get to take packages for her. So I felt like really bad about that. But in reality, Pat hasn't had the correct diet that she needs for her illness. She hasn't had the medication or the physician visits that she needs. She can't get to the doctor safely. Just to go to the post office, she has to take two separate buses, and it's just not worth the risk. So, with all of that said, I hope certainly that it isn't a mental health issue, because I know I've cried on her shoulder. a lot lately, and she's cried on my shoulder a lot lately, but I hope that that's not the case. I hope that she is fine. I hope nothing health related has occurred and she's scared. Hey, Misty, nobody has heard from Pat today. Usually everybody, many people in the community get their good morning texts and are able to talk to Pat off and on all day, and nobody has heard from Pat at all. Not even any of us with the Golden Girls. So we don't know what's going on either. But she is, a powerhouse here for a lot of people. We rely on her a lot. Hey, Samantha, how are you? This is not a crafty video at all. Unfortunately, it's we're banding together on here for Pat. Hopefully, she's listening. I don't know what else to say, you guys. I am. It if you know Pat well enough, you know she loves to talk and she loves her friends on here, and it's just so out of the ordinary for us all. It's got us all kind of taken aback and shocked a little bit because Lord, she loves to talk, and she loves all of you guys. I know that for a fact. And Lizzie, the only consolation to that is at least we know, while she didn't open the door for the police officer, we at least know she was able to come to the door. Just it's not normal, to say the least. So that's a small shred of a blessing to know that our worst fear wasn't confirmed. I hope that there's been no malice made towards her. I hope that she didn't receive an unwanted phone call or an unwanted package in the mail. I know she did get packages yesterday because Carrie said she confirmed she had hers. I think she was supposed to get one from Kayla, like very, very soon, and she would have let Kayla know that. But nobody has heard from her. Yeah, I have the list that she likes to eat, and lots of angels have helped send her food packages. I know I have 2 boxes of Band-Aids, of all things, that I need to get out to her. She had asked, she was out of Band-Aids, so I grabbed those. But she doesn't like to sound needy. She's very prideful. So it literally, if you want to sneak one in on Pat, you have to sneak it in. You can't let her know because she will fight you. Can you guys imagine if we ever met Pat? She'd probably fight all of us for everything we've done. So, yeah. And there's specific things that the boys like as far as their treats and their food and the litter she likes to use. So yeah, you got to sneak one in on her if you ever want to help Pat out, because she don't want people to think she's needy, which I get. I'm just texting my mom back because she'll start calling if I don't. I was supposed to pick up a Christmas gift today, and the traffic was unreal. So I had to turn around and come back home. I couldn't deal with people today. But yeah, so we have 15 people on. I hope one of those people is Miss Pat listening in. For those of you who are on Instagram, I did an Instagram hashtag we love you, Pat. I would really like if you're over there to please, if you guys will go over there, share my post, and then once we do hear from her and know that she's okay, I'd like to shower her with the Insta love. She's not on Instagram, so she won't see it, but I know a lot of us are. And yeah, we have to stay calm, you know. Yay, Cynthia. Hello. It was good talking to Cynthia today on the phone, and I'm not the only person I talk on the phone to is Pat. So that's hardcore. And Manda Lee, if you will email me, I do have the list somewhere. And if I don't have the list, I know Susan does. So if you will email me at karmafactory@yahoo.com, and I'll type that in. I would say I'll remember to email you, but I won't. So I'm not going to lie. Hey, Elsa, hope you're doing okay. Yes, she helps a lot of us on the drives. Bless her heart, when I went down to Florida, she was trying so hard to talk to me, and I couldn't. Well, number one, I'm not trying to get a ticket for that, and I didn't know where I was going. So I couldn't talk to her as much as I as much as I wanted to, but every time I took a rest stop, I called her. But yeah, she helps us, or she talks us through a lot of stuff. She takes care of a lot of stuff, given her limitations. It's amazing to me what she's able to accomplish sometimes. So that should never go unnoticed. I know there's been some ups and downs this past year, but yeah, I wish this was a more upbeat and crafty live. You know, I can't go live formally. So I'm on a different computer, so it's kind of crappy, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and tell everybody to try and remain calm. Just keep her in your thoughts and prayers. And I made Cynthia promise me, and I'll put this out for everybody. You know, if somebody hears from her, reach out to someone. Let's get the chain going as quick as it did this morning to know that she wasn't around. As soon as somebody hears from her, let's let someone know. That way we can get the word out that she is okay. It's yeah. Yeah. It's Susan's birthday. I believe it was yesterday, but I could be wrong. It could actually be today. I know I woke up with heartburn, so right before midnight, I was like, oh, it's not midnight yet. So if today is your birthday, happy birthday. Because I always forget birthdays. It's today. Okay. Hey, Elvia, just on because no one has heard from Miss Pat today at all. And it's very unusual. Everybody is worried sick. So if you can keep her, oh, that's right. Her and Tammy are the same day. Okay. Okay. See, I was early. I should have waited just till midnight, and then I would have been on time for a birthday once in my life. Hey, Marianne, how are you? Not a fun, crafty video, just on to update everybody that, no, Lauren, there's no word yet, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I know the worst thing in the world is not knowing, and I don't have any good news, any good words. I wish I did, but no one has heard from her. So yeah. Cynthia, that's a hardcore. Yeah, Elvia, she has not texted anyone since. I think the last person to hear from her was Susan yesterday around 5 p.m. When Susan called back around 8 p.m. last night, Susan and I go to bed early, so they talk right before bed every night, and Susan did not get an answer last night. So whatever happened, it happened last night. I'm sorry, Lisa. I don't mean to make anybody upset. Cynthia, I'll get in the truck and go. But I don't have a running truck right now. So. All right, vocabulary haul. I don't have any. Actually, I'm going to make Cynthia, you're going to be a moderator. Yeah, so we do know, like Cynthia said, she's physically okay. She managed to come to the door. For those of you that joined later, let's go ahead and make Lizzie a mod. Because I'm not trying to entertain any of you trolls. If we don't know you, you are not welcome here. What was I saying? Unlike last time, I can't jump in the truck. We have no valid tags right now on the truck. And my car, my poor little rinky-dink car will not make it to Minnesota. So if you see a suspicious comment, you can click on that name and it will give you an option to do something. So Elvia spoke to her around 7:07 her time last night. And, that's what sucks, that Pat is up there by herself. Excuse me, without a crafty friend for a while. Excuse me. I'm burping my soda. Yes, you hit them with the wrench. I'm all about hitting people with the wrench. Okay, I'll go. That's Mama Rose. I'm sorry, y'all. So, for those that don't know, that joined later, Erica, I can never say her name properly, but it's JW. She did not get a text this morning, so she immediately had a welfare check done on Miss Pat. Miss Pat did come to the door for the officer, but she did not open the door. She spoke through the door, and I think Lizzie said, correct me if I'm wrong, she spoke very softly, and she said to leave her alone. So correct me if I'm wrong there, but that alone was very concerning. Because I feel like had the officer said a YouTube friend had us come out, they were concerned, I feel like she would have said, tell them I'm okay. Something. But as far as I know, she didn't. And that's why I'm a little alarmed. It just seems like she was not in her right mind when she was talking to them. No, she didn't need any help. She was fine. And that's not like Pat. if Pat needed help, I feel like she would have said something right then, especially if she were conscientious of what was going on. So that does concern me. Hi, babe.
What
So if she were, God forbid, if she were having an episode, if she was sick, if she was not herself for some reason, I can see her. Yeah, she won't leave her boys willingly or knowingly. It's the unknown that worries me, because we've learned, and I have learned especially with the whole autoimmune thing with Alicia, that some stuff just happens unknown, and that worries me. You know, what if she's had an episode and she doesn't realize she's had the episode? That bothers me. I wish that had I been there with an officer, we would have made our way into the apartment. I'm just going to say that, because that's the kind of person I am. So yeah. Not trying to cause any further and upsetting anybody. And that too, Lizzie, I'm worried about that too. What if she has, she only had 10% vision? What if she had a flare up so bad that it took her vision? What are you huffing about?
Bye.
Okay, because I'm on a live. Do you want to come say hi to everybody?
Bye.
Everybody, we're missing Miss Pat. That's what we're talking about.
I'm missing a frying pan.
You're missing a frying pan? I gotta go wash a frying pan. I washed all the dishes except that. So I told hubby he had to cook tonight. I wasn't feeling up to it, which is cool, but I have to give him the tools to be able to cook with. And y'all know I'm not a prize housewife over here. I'm not afraid to admit it. That's why it would be my dream if we had a nicer, larger home, that Miss Pat and the boys would be living here with me without a question, without a doubt. My husband knows it. Hey, Susan. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean, crap. No, give the wrench back to Susan. Marianne Nogle, I apologize. I think I deleted your message. I'm sorry. If I did, I'm sorry. Yes, happy birthday, Susan. I'm sorry that it has to be a stressful day. Marianne, I wish there were a way that everybody could help. You can share the hashtag I created over on Instagram. When we do hear from her, I would like to be able to share the Insta love, that we are behind her, whatever's going on. We support her and we love her. And I did put that on my wall on Instagram. Hello, Mimi. I think everybody is so. Yeah, I don't even have words. Hey, Obi, you want to say hey to everybody? I'm on a live. It's just the crafty girls. We're all missing Pat, so we're talking. Can you do me a favor and wash the big skillet that's in the sink for Mickey to cook dinner on?
Mhm.
Thank you. Everybody says, hey, Obi. So, Pat is everybody's cheerleader. And there's so much that happens behind the scenes that people have no idea about. You guys only get a portion of it. The big red one. I let it soak earlier. It should be fine. Don't put a whole lot of soap in it or the food will taste like the soap. Yes, Susan, I was just saying before you jumped on that I wish the officer had been more persistent, and I wish that he would have asked or she would have asked that Pat at least open the door, because I'm afraid if she was having an episode, or God forbid she didn't realize she was having an episode and she told them she was fine when in reality she really wasn't, they could have potentially seen that. Yes, I hope she just needs some time to recharge. I hope that yeah, that's right. Susan did tell me earlier she was getting an IV B12 infusion probably once a week, if I had to guess, prior to COVID. Yes, I agree, Marianne. I wish that they would have made her open her door. So that's worrisome. But, we have 23 people watching. Maybe Pat is listening to us. And I'll try to read some of y'all's comments so that if she is listening, she can at least know that there are tons of people here who love her. Yeah, I'm wondering, I guess because of COVID, they didn't request that she open the door, but I just feel like, can we all say, I love you, Pat? Everybody loves Pat. Oh, she did open the door a small amount because she told the officer to close it. Marilyn says, we love you, Pat. Lizzie says, we love you, Pat. Lauren says, we love you, Pat. Mimi says, love you, Pat. And I think I can say we are all praying for you. Lisa Douglas, Pat, if you're watching, please know we love you and hoping all is well. And Cynthia said, if, in caps, if Pat is watching, she would say, don't forget the thumbs up, LOL. Elsa Cleary says, we love you, Pat. Susan, I don't know about you, but I haven't heard from Alicia, which I know is not abnormal. But given the circumstance, I did text her and still haven't heard back yet. Alicia is pretty bad about turning her phone off. Cynthia says, sorry, just trying to bring smiles. No, you're good. You're good. We need everything we can get. Susan says, I love you, Pat. You are so important to all of us. You give us a joy that comes all the time. I haven't heard from her either, and I'd let her know also, okay? Marianne Noggle, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, says, we love you, Pat. Reach out to your crafty friends. They are there for you always. Yes. We are here. It doesn't matter, Miss Pat. Even after 9 p.m. tonight, if you need me or Susan, I guarantee you we will both answer the phone. Lizzie says she is going to scold Alicia when she calls or texts me. I'm surprised she hasn't jumped on either. Maybe, but again, Alicia hasn't felt well. Hubby was fighting a cold. They have other family issues. So I'm giving Alicia the benefit of the doubt that she's just got her phone off to have a social media break. And I hope that everything with everyone around her is okay. Because she had a lot on her plate too. So, yes. Can you turn that lamp up? Can't nobody see me.
It's your fault.
I didn't realize it gets dark in this room. Okay. Thank you. Did you wash the pan? The big one, not the little one? You need to wash the big one. It's got to cook hamburgers, Obi. I told y'all. Hey, Lorraine. You know, that's a good idea. Susan, what do you think about that? I glow in the dark. This is our little middle room. We don't use it for anything but my work. My work desk is in here, so I don't like to work in bright lights because I work on 3 computer screens. I contacted them and they said, call the police. You don't actually get the manager. You get a person from the ownership team and they are jerks. Mimi says, thank you, Heather. I know Miss Pat will so appreciate this. Let's let Heather know we appreciate her, and thumbs up, guys. Thank you, Mimi. And thank you for all of the kind comments lately on my videos. I try to give everybody hearts, but it's I wish I could say that I try and comment back on everybody, but I don't. But just know if I do read everybody's comments, and I love you guys, and I appreciate your kind words. Crafty Michelle says, hi everyone. Sorry to hear Pat is maybe not feeling so good. I hope she is okay. Pat, if you're there, please know many of us care and just want to know if you need help. Hugs. And Susan is so much like me. Susan says she told them that they could be responsible for a life, and I hope their conscience is clear. Elvia just tried calling you, Pat, twice. No answer. Personally, I would be calling the police again and asking them to do a physical wellness check. They need to actually see her. Yeah, I feel like maybe Erica didn't know all of her medical conditions fully. I know she knows a lot of them. They talk a great deal. But, you know, we really probably need to press the popo. Samantha by Sweet Tea and Grace says, we all love you, Pat. Who in here now lives up north? Curious about the weather for driving. From Cynthia. Thelma's Creations and More. Emailed her yesterday evening, and she responded, praying all is well. You all are an amazing group of YouTube friends of your followers. Everyone here should feel they can reach out to someone. Thank you all. Yes, always. I don't like talking on the phone, but I will talk to Miss Pat on the phone. And Cynthia got lucky today. I talked to her on the phone. She's special today. So yeah, put where you're tuning in from in the comments. Mimi is in Southwest Virginia. So Mimi, you live in Virginia. I'm pretty sure Samantha lives in Virginia too, if I'm not mistaken. I wish we had another person in Minnesota. Goodness, I wish we had another person in Minnesota. Anybody have relatives in Minnesota? You would think with these new glasses I could see, but I can't. Still getting used to them. Lisa Douglas is in Northeast Tennessee. Tootsie is in Tennessee. I'm in Georgia. You guys know that. It was actually up in the 60s today, though, so it was nice. But I got tired of people because I was in a mask and I made it through 2 stores before I threw in the towel. So I came home and did some Amazon Prime shopping. Yeah, she keeps us. Elvia says she loves you, Pat. Robin is in Kentucky. Yeah, she always lets us know. She loves the snow, you guys. Christina in Michigan, hello, how are you? It is a tough day. Missing Miss Pat today. Lorraine is in El Paso. Thelma's Creations is in San Antonio as well. Hey, Brian. Hope you're doing good. We have not. Yeah, it's, I'm buffering sometimes. It's probably because Obi is streaming. And, if it is buffering, just back out and come back in. Sometimes that helps, but my internet isn't the greatest. Brian, to get back to your question, we have not heard. You last heard from her Thursday morning. I last heard from her yesterday around 2. She texted a YouTube link for me. I think Elvia heard from her yesterday evening around 7. Susan around 5, but nothing since. Hey, Carrie Martin. Carrie heard from her yesterday around 11 or 12, but nothing since. So we are just hoping that she reaches out to somebody, even with a blank. Yeah, even with a blank text, you guys, flood her phone. If you have a way to contact Miss Pat, flood her. I mean, I don't even care at this point. I love her. Just text her if you have her number and blow her phone up. Even if she gives us just a smiley face, or a blank text back, anything, like Cynthia said, even a blank text, just to know, hopefully that it's not her sight that's bothered her. Yeah, Thelma, you and Cynthia could do Zooms. Yep, Lisa heard from you at 11 a.m., Pat. People are missing you. Where are you at, Mama? Yeah, everybody has tried to call her, Brian. It just goes to voicemail. And eventually her voicemail is going to fill up, if it hasn't already. I haven't tried since I talked to Cynthia earlier today around 3 or so. So if you guys will go over to Instagram and share my post, #WeLoveYouPat. When we do hear from her, I want her to be able to see, and she doesn't do YouTube or Instagram, but I'll show her all of the posts if we can shower her with our love. Yes, and that goes for everybody. What Thelma says, God be with us all. COVID has greatly impacted us all. Keep going, friends. Reach out if needed. We are not alone. And that is very, very true. The dog says I have to go out now. I will be checking back for anyone who has good news about Pat. I will be praying. Yeah, if anybody hears from Pat, let's do a rumor train just as quick as we did this morning when no one had heard from her. As soon as someone hears from her, let somebody else know so we can get it out. She does not have a smartphone like that, no. She has a, I don't know that she had, well, she must have a smartphone of some sort because she can send the little Giphies, whatever you call them. So I'm not sure. Tootsie may be able to better answer about her actual phone. I don't know that it seems like she told me that her computer is specifically made for blind people. So that kind of leads me to believe she could talk to it maybe. I'm not sure. No, Christina, unfortunately, we really don't know what's going on. She texted me yesterday and I will tell y'all. Yesterday at 1:52 in my private text. And then yesterday morning, I got the regular 6 o'clock. Oh, wow, y'all can't see that. I got the regular 6 o'clock Giphies. And that was Friday. And group chat was kind of quiet all day. And then this morning, all I have is from Toots. Last night at 5:06, she sent Tootsie an emoji. Tootsie tried to call her around 8, but no answer. She figured she was talking to someone. So I'm not really sure, Cynthia. Janet K lives in Minnesota. What is your Instagram, Heather? My Instagram is the same, Heather's Handmade Haven. Okay, might be a good idea. I'm going to call to action. Everybody text her right now. All right. I said, hey, are your ears burning? We are on live, loving on you, Mama. So I call her my mama number 2. Hey, Kathy, how are you? I hope you're recovering. So Kathy heard from her at 5:30 last night. So whatever has happened last night, I'm fairly certain. So you can tell from everybody who's in this chat right now, she talks to us every day, every single one of us. Yeah, we all need to relax and breathe and think positive thoughts, which is hard, but Cynthia's right. Cynthia's very level-headed and calm, and she if I had to guess, Kathy, Susan might be trying again. Susan did call the apartment complex specifically. They told her to call the police, and we know that the police went out there, but I feel like they need to physically see her, not just a little crack through the door that she's talking to. I feel like the police need to see her and make sure she's physically okay. Yeah, and if you're a friend of Pat, you know she loves to track packages, and she will. It doesn't even matter if it's to her. She wants the tracking number. She really enjoys tracking packages, and so that's just a little funny about Pat. A funny story. Pat lives in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Voicemail is not full, Lizzie said, so you guys call and leave messages. If everybody can call and leave messages right now, if it fills up and then is magically open again at some point, we know she's listening. I know she's missing a good day's worth of mail tracking today. I don't think I got anything in the mail today, but MJ spoiled me right after Sabrina had spoiled me. Yep, everybody flood her phones, and if she gets mad, y'all can blame it on me. I don't care. Do you need to make tea too? Thank you, everybody calling and texting. I kind of wished I've been almost an hour. My packages are arriving late, so Pat got lucky for the day off. That's funny. Excuse me. I'm just reading, making sure I don't miss anybody. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. I hope that she's listening. She hasn't responded to my text. If I know Susan's probably on the phone with the St. Cloud police now. Same, Lisa. Backwoods of Georgia, though. You went straight to voicemail. It didn't even ring for you. Okay. Leave messages, fill up her voicemail. Fill it up until you can't anymore. Family is taking Susan to dinner. It's her birthday, you guys. Make sure you wish her a happy birthday. All right, you guys. Christina is going to eat dinner. We'll be listening through my headphones. Just can't answer. No worries. Try and enjoy your dinner. Susan, try and enjoy your happy birthday dinner. Love on those babies. Where God lost his shoes. That's funny. I know, that's why I've wanted to stay on live to see if she would pop in. That's my real wish. That was my real hope for coming on for her or Alicia to jump on and say hi. Don't cry, Lisa. The biggest thing is we have to be strong for Pat, whatever's going on. I don't know who that person is, Cynthia. I know that we do have an officer in our midst, but I'm not sure who that is. Can we match the thumbs up so we can see? I don't know. I don't know that I can do that when I'm on, but somebody just left. Maybe that was Susan, though. I don't know. After the live posts, then I might be able to see who the thumbs up are from. But it's not letting me see who's on now or who the thumbs up belongs to. I know she says that to me too. I'll have to install her own heating and air system or air system for her area, or have her sleep in a freezer. Get a walk-in freezer for her to stay in. She does love the snow, but it's good for her MS. Hey, Kayla, we are just on here loving on Pat. Wishing we knew where she was, wishing she would come in here and say, hey, all, hit that thumbs up button. But she hasn't yet. So we were trying to put a little call to action out there and asking everybody to text her, flood her phone with texts, flood her voicemail, fill up. Lisa Douglas says, Pat, if you're listening, call Susan, call Heather, call someone to let us know you're okay. Will you please? Yes, Pat, I don't care who it is at this point. Hey, Miss Bertha, nobody has heard from Pat today, so we are all very, very, very worried. Extremely worried because she normally texts many, many people. 60, at least 50, 60 people, their good morning texts, and she has not done that at all today. Nobody can get her to answer texts, phone calls. Erica we do not have any family members. She does not speak to any family members, you guys. And I hope she's not upset for me saying that, but she does not have anyone close to her. Her closest friend lives 2 hours away, and I'm not sure of that person's name, but they are the ones that moved her specifically to this area in Minnesota when she did move there. And she last physically saw that friend in February for her birthday. But yeah, nobody has heard from her. Everybody is super worried, and I'm just asking everybody to call, text her, let her know you love her. Post your love here. Yes, Bertha, everybody she is on top of things, you know. It's okay, Kayla. Everybody's missing her today. Missing her for sure. Yes. Say it again for the people in the back, Cynthia. Cynthia says, look, something may not be wrong, but we know something isn't right. Hopefully she just needs time. It's unusual, but hey, these are strange times for all of us. They are. That's just trying to be optimistic. That's Pat's job. True. Bertha, Erica, who is JW, had the St. Cloud Police Department go and do a welfare check. She cracked the door and spoke through the door and said she was okay and asked the officer to close the door. They physically did not lay eyes on her, I don't believe. And that's one thing I'm concerned about, because that officer potentially didn't know what her medical conditions are. And I feel like they needed to put their eyes on her physically. I feel like if she needed help, she would have said something. If it were a medical emergency, I mean. We were hopeful that she would come into the chat. Wouldn't that be awesome? On Tuesday, she does laundries. Yeah, she does have a pretty hardcore system she sticks to. She does. Yeah, you're right, Lizzie. Definitely right. That's what's so worrisome. Yeah, Lauren, she hasn't, of all of us, she's probably the closest with Tootsie. And Tootsie is she's going through the gigs right now. She is not in good shape. Hey, Carrie, did I let you leave a message? Because Susan said she called the management company and they were not nice to her. And so Susan kind of went off on them. But apparently they don't want to deal with it, which I don't agree with. So yeah, if we could, if you guys want to call the office, leave them messages. Hey, Paula, nobody's heard from Pat today, which is highly unusual. Yeah, everybody's really surprised because, Miss Pat is the talkative one of the bunch. She makes her rounds, and, without us talking to us, everybody emails, texts, YouTube comments. Without that, she she doesn't have anybody, so it's very unlike her. Hey, Linda, yes, they did a welfare check. JW Erica had the police go out there this morning. That's where those giveaway links come from. Every morning, Lisa, she sends them on to us. But yeah, Linda, they did a welfare check this morning. The officer did not put their eyes, I don't believe, on her. They just cracked the door. And she said she was okay, but to close the door. And that's, I wish I knew what the officer said. If he could have said, your YouTube friends, are concerned. I don't know. I just don't like the situation. No, it is not.